Hey, what's up, people? Jade up here with my 2010 WWE Night of Champions review full results video. Going to be giving you guys some match results, also my thoughts and opinions on them. You make sure you share your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below, and if you aren't subscribed, make sure you click that subscribe button up there. Thanks. On to the first match of the night. It was the Intercontinental Championship match. It was Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston. Dolph Ziggler is the champion defending his title versus the former champion Kofi Kingston, and if Dolph Ziggler got disqualified in this match or counted out or anything, he would still lose his championship, but that stipulation didn't even really matter because Dolph Ziggler ended up winning this match. He retained his Intercontinental Championship with a little bit of help from Vicky Guerrero. Vicky, she caused a distraction. It looked like she was about to slap Kofi Kingston. Dolph Ziggler runs over. He's like, hey, don't get involved. This is my match. I'm going to win it. He turns around. Kofi Kingston goes for the trouble in paradise, but he gets tangled up in the ropes. Then that allows Dolph Ziggler to hit the zigzag on Kofi Kingston, pins him 1, 2, 3. Match over and done with. Dolph Ziggler is still your Intercontinental Champion. This match, it was fast paced all the way through, and I really like that. These two guys, they've had many matches on SmackDown, and they've been slow and plodding and methodical, and I didn't really like those matches because I knew these two guys could amount to a lot better, and this hopefully is the last match that they have together for a while, and it was a pretty good match. Nice way to start off the show. On to the second match of the night, the Big Show versus CM Punk. I was expecting CM Punk to win this match because I was hoping that now he was detached from the straight edge society, and now that SmackDown is about to move to sci-fi, that they were finally going to start to give CM Punk a push, because it's like SmackDown has been, besides Kane, SmackDown has been pretty subpar. It's been very lackluster lately, and they have like this diamond in the rough with CM Punk, this great guy. He's great in the ring, great on promos, and they have him stuck with the straight edge society. And the straight edge society, it started off really hot, but then it really cooled down, and then you had Serena get fired, you had Joey Mercury get injured, so you kind of knew it was gonna end pretty soon. But yeah, so I guess that's like fizzled out right now. So CM Punk, I'm thinking, yeah, they're going to throw him in this match, let him get a win over the Big Show, and he's going to travel down the road of success. But the Big Show ends up winning this match. He hits CM Punk with the knockout punch, pins him 1, 2, 3. I was like really shocked by that. But yeah, there you go. The Big Show wins the match. There's not too much that I could say about this match. Like I said, the ending, it came out of nowhere, so it wasn't bad. It was, fairly enjoyable, but for the time that they were given. On to the third match of the night, United States Championship on the line. The Miz defending his championship versus that guy with the jobber music. I forgot his name. Daniel Bryan. He defended it against Daniel Bryan. But yeah, Daniel Bryan, he wins the match after making the Miz tap out to the LeBell Lock. So Daniel Bryan is your new United States Champion. Congratulations to him. I'm gonna try to keep my no, you know what? I'm honestly not pissed off about this. If you do not know, I am a huge misfit. As you can see, the hat, I'm a big misfit. And the Miz, yeah, he did lose this match, and I will say it was a great match. I'll say it was a great match. Both of these guys really turned it up in this match, and they both, put in great effort. A lot of people out there in the IWC will be saying, oh, well, Daniel Bryan carried the Miz. Daniel Bryan didn't carry a damn thing in this match. He was great. The Miz were great. They both were great together, and it seemed, the beginning of the match, it seemed like it was kind of slow, but after giving a little bit of time, it really picked up. The Miz, I think he had the spot of the match. Daniel Bryan, he was on like the turnbuckle, and the Miz pushes him off, and he, gets caught up his junk on the top rope, and the Miz jumps from the turnbuckle, does a clothesline, flips Daniel Bryan over. He falls into the ring. That was a spot of the match, and like I said, it was a great match. I think these two guys have, they have some chemistry together, and yeah, Daniel Bryan, like I said, he made the Miz tap out. He's your new United States Champion. Hopefully now the Miz, who still has the Money in the Bank briefcase, he can move on to bigger and better things in the United States Championship. We all knew at some point he had to lose that title, and Daniel Bryan, congratulations to him. He won the title. Hopefully this causes for a resurgence in the United States Championship. The Miz, he was so far beyond the United States Championship that he didn't really do much with it. But yeah, Daniel Bryan, that's more on his level. So congratulations to him. On to the fourth match of the night, Divas Championship, Women's Championship Unification match. The Divas Champion Melina versus the Women's Champion Michelle McCool, or hell, she's not the Women's Champion. Layla is the Women's Champion. So now I'm wondering what happens with the championships now that Michelle McCool has won and unified the Women's Championship and the Divas Championship. Melina, I don't know what has happened to her since she's come back to WWE, but she's really been off her game. Like, Melina used to be one of the top divas in WWE, but now every match that she's had, it's so filled with botches. Like, she botches so much. Somebody on Twitter, I think it was Bonafide, he said Melina, and shout out to Bonafide, I guess that's just a random shout out. Yeah, he said that Melina, maybe she's afraid that she is going to get injured once again, so she's kind of like slowly trying to work herself back into, you know, actively competing, and she's not at 100% quite yet. So maybe that is the reason. But I want to know from you guys, have you seen like a difference in the way Melina performs in her matches? Because she's really been off her game as far as I'm concerned since she's come back to WWE. But yeah, this match, it was a typical Divas match. You all know what to expect with that statement right there. So moving on, fifth match of the night was a World Heavyweight Championship match. It was a no holds barred match between Kane, the World Heavyweight Champion, and his brother, the Undertaker. This one started off hot straight from the gate. Undertaker, he makes his entrance. Kane makes his entrance. Undertaker doesn't even wait for him to get into the ring. He runs down the ramp. They start brawling and everything, throwing each other into columns and stuff. They were all in the audience. Undertaker, he was really beaten down throughout this match. Kane, he came out on top. He ends up Undertaker, he delivers a choke slam to Kane. Then he goes for the tombstone, but Kane shifts the momentum and he does a counter into his own tombstone, and he pins Undertaker. 1, 2, 3. Kane is still your World Heavyweight Champion. I would say this was a pretty good match. I enjoyed it fairly. I'm waiting for these guys to turn it up even more because Hell in a Cell, 2 weeks away. And by the way, WWE, what the hell were you thinking when you put on the schedule 3 pay-per-views in the span of only 5 weeks? We have a pay-per-view today. In just 2 weeks, there's going to be a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. How in the hell, pardon the pun, how in the hell could you promote and build a Hell in a Cell match in only 2 weeks? Like, really? Like, what were you thinking booking 3 pay-per-views in the span of only 5 weeks? And after Hell in a Cell, we have a pay-per-view 3 weeks right after that. I believe it's the bragging rights pay-per-view. Yeah, but back to the Kane and Undertaker match. It was a pretty good match, and I know these guys are going to turn it up even more at the next pay-per-view. So Undertaker, I've never really seen him dominated like he was dominated in this match and on this last episode of SmackDown at any point in his career. Like, this is really like crazy to see, and I'm glad that WWE added this little twist, added a new dynamic to this feud between Kane and the Undertaker. A lot of people were writing it off before it even began, before it was even announced that Kane was going to be the Undertaker's attacker. They're like, oh, I don't want to see it. It's been done so many times before. But if you go back to the origins of Kane being in WWE, the reason why he came to WWE in the first place was to take out the Undertaker. So they're basically just making everything come full circle and come right back around in the year 2010, and it's been great to see as far as I'm concerned. You know, no matter how many times we've seen a match between these two before, this feud, it has an old foundation, but it's adding something new on top of it, and I think that something new is great. The next match was a tag team turmoil match with the tag team champions, the Hart Dynasty, the Usos, Santino and Kozlov, Mark Henry and Evan Bourne, and Drew McIntyre and Dashing Cody Rhodes. Basically, a tag team turmoil match is you have a lineup of teams. You know, they compete in one-on-one matches, and when one team is defeated, another team runs out, and whoever is that team that survives at the end and gets that pinfall over that last team, they are the winners. And the winners in this match, Dashing Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre, they defeated the last team that was in the ring, Mark Henry and Evan Bourne. I pretty much knew, and I'm pretty sure most of you guys knew, that Drew McIntyre and Dash and Cody Rhodes were going to win the tag team championships. We didn't know what the match was beforehand, but seeing as they defeated the tag team champions on this last episode of SmackDown, I'm like, I don't know what the match is going to be. I don't know who's going to be involved, but I do know that Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre, they're going to be in it in some form or fashion, and they're going to come out on top, and that's exactly what happened. Dash and Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre, your new tag team champions. The final match of the night, WWE Championship 6-pack Elimination Challenge. Sheamus, Randy Orton, John Cena, Wade Barrett, Chris Jericho, and Edge. All of the competitors come down to the ring within less than 5 minutes of the beginning of the match. Chris Jericho, he gets hit with an RKO. Randy Orton pins him. Bam. He's out the match that quickly. He looks stunned. He took a while to walk down the ramp. And it's just like, wow, like, and people are going crazy on Twitter. I'm reading different wrestling websites, and they're saying that Chris Jericho, that was his last official date with WWE, so he's gone from WWE right now, so they say. But remember, back to Batista. How many times was Batista supposed to be gone? Like, hell, it was supposed to be his last date at whatever pay-per-view that was. I think it was WrestleMania or something like that. That was supposed to be his last date. Then he came back that next night on Raw. That was supposed to be his last date. Then the next week was supposed to be his last date. So who knows what's going to happen with Chris Jericho. But whatever happens with him, I wish him the best of luck. He's my number 2 favorite wrestler of all time, only behind Triple H. And yeah, I know he'll be back sooner or later. He always comes back. So yeah, this match, I would say this was a pretty good match. We had a little interference from Nexus. They jumped in the ring. They aided in John Cena being defeated in this match. Here's how the eliminations went. Randy Orton RKO's Chris Jericho. As I said, Cena hits the attitude adjustment on Edge, pins him 1, 2, 3, eliminates him from the match. Edge and Sheamus, they were working together with each other a lot throughout this match. And I'd say that was, you know, it was pretty cool to see it added a new dynamic. I thought that, a lot of people thought that was going to happen, you know, something like that was going to happen between Chris Jericho and Edge, but with Chris Jericho being eliminated so early in the match, it didn't. So, yeah, and as I said, Nexus, they interfered in the match. That came at this point. Barrett hits the waistland on John Cena, pins him, and he gets eliminated from the match. Then John Cena, he helps Randy Orton end up winning the match because he takes out Nexus. He gets a steel chair. He takes out a couple members of Nexus. Then Randy Orton hits the rest with RKOs. Then he hits Wade Barrett with an RKO, pins him, and he eliminates him from the match. Then it came down to Sheamus and Randy Orton. Sheamus, he hit Randy Orton with the bro kick, pins him 1, 2. Randy Orton kicks out. Sheamus then goes for the high cross, but Randy Orton countered it, hit him with the RKO, pins him 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton is your new WWE Champion. I was hoping that anybody but Randy Orton won this match because I did not want to see Randy Orton win this match. WWE, and I mean, I was foolish to think that anybody was going to win this match besides Randy Orton because WWE over these past couple of weeks have been pushing Orton to the moon, and it was pretty much obvious that he was going to win. But I was hoping that WWE would give the championship to a heel, somebody like a maybe even keep it with Sheamus and have Randy Orton chase him because we haven't really seen Randy Orton in a real feud like the thing with Edge, like a real one-on-one feud. But the thing with Edge, that kind of ended too quickly and it wasn't as great as I thought it could be with the names as big as Randy Orton and Edge. That feud was very mediocre, and like I said, I was hoping that WWE would put the championship on a heel and have Randy Orton chase the championship. That way he can still be at a focal point because he's such a huge star in WWE right now. He can still be at a focal point in the WWE title picture without actually being the champion. But, you know, they went with Randy Orton, so it'll be interesting to see what WWE does. What's their next step after this? And I'm still an Orton fan. It's just I expect so much more out of him, and I haven't actually seen that yet. I'm wondering with his new character, has he peaked yet? Like, is this the best that we can expect from Randy Orton. Like, what has he done since he's entered this new tweener slash, you know, anti-hero character that's been memorable or iconic, or like, what has he really done to I'm looking for that one thing to solidify his stance as the top dog in WWE. He may have the WWE Championship, but as far as I'm concerned, he hasn't unseated John Cena as the #1 guy. And that's just me. Like, you guys may have your different opinions, and hopefully you share with me those opinions down in the comment section below. But as far as I'm concerned, Randy Orton, he isn't there yet. So that's where I'll end this video. Hopefully you guys rate it, subscribe if you haven't, comment, let me know what you thought, and yeah, peace out.